Have you ever been somewhere where it was so loud that you couldn't even hear the person next to you, even though they were trying to talk to you? Yeah, welcome to my house. That's what it's like all the time. Sometimes it seems like there's so much noise happening around you that it's hard to listen to the people that you really want to hear. We've been talking the last couple of weeks about ways that students are often overlooked, misunderstood, even underestimated. Here's what I know. The voices of adults in your life are important. I also know that as students, you guys have a lot of voices coming at you at once. Maybe it's siblings, or your friends, or your teachers, even coaches, myself, or even your small group leaders at church. You have so many voices coming at you, and it may be difficult to hear them all at the appropriate times. For some of you, it may be hard for you to listen to adults because you don't think that they maybe understand you or where you're coming from in your life. Maybe you're hesitant to listen to adults because you don't think maybe they like you, maybe you feel a little prejudged. Maybe the adults in your life are hard to listen to because it seems like they're constantly maybe on a power trip, or like they're trying to be in charge or have authority over you. And who wants that? Maybe you struggle to listen to the adults in your life because you don't feel like they deserve to be in charge. No matter what category that you may fall in, I get that there are reasons to not want to listen to adults in your life. But have you ever considered that there might be a bonus to listening to the adults in your world? At least maybe some anyway. In this series, we've been talking about a relationship with a couple of guys in the Bible, Paul and Timothy. Both were very important leaders in spreading the message of Jesus to others after Jesus had died and rose again. Remember, Paul was older than Timothy, and he wrote letters to encourage Timothy in his walk with the Lord. As a young person, Timothy had a choice. He could listen to Paul's voice in his life, or he could tune it out. Thankfully for us, Timothy chose to listen to Paul. Above all the other noise coming at Timothy, he chose to turn up Paul's voice in his life. And because of that, the message of Jesus continued to spread. One of the most important truths that Paul shared with Timothy we find in 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 12. Remember, it says, "Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity." You see, Paul knew Timothy was dealing with a lot of noises in his life. A lot of those voices underestimated Timothy. Paul encouraged Timothy, and he wrote that stuff down, and he encouraged him in his word. Here's another wise thing that Paul said to Timothy. He says this in 1 Timothy chapter 5, verses 1 and 2. He says, "Never speak harshly to an older man, but appeal to him respectfully as you would your own father. Talk to younger men as you would your own brothers. Treat older women as you would your mother, and treat younger women with all purity as you would your own sisters." See, Paul was basically saying respect the people around you. Older peeps need to be treated with respect, so do the younger peeps. Paul thought it was important for both the younger and the older people to spend time together learning from one another. See, the right adults in your life can help you grow. I think the biggest thing that we can learn from Paul and Timothy's relationship is to not underestimate the wise adults in your life. So, how do we do this? One, I think we got to figure out who you'll let speak into your life. Here are 3 questions for you to consider asking before you decide that. Do they make wise decisions in their own lives? Do they care enough about me to tell me maybe what I don't want to hear? Or have they proven themselves to be trustworthy? Another thing, think about one big issue that's impacting your life right now. Maybe it's dating, or school, or conflict going on in your family, or a fight you're having with a friend. Figure out an area that you could use some advice from someone older and wiser. And lastly, invite an adult to speak into your life. Do you have an older person speaking wisdom into you? I don't know if you remember this, but we have small group leaders, adults that love you, that want to walk beside you, and they want to encourage you in your relationship with the Lord. And they want to give you encouragement when the world around you is just loud. Yeah, it's been 25 weeks since we've been together in person, but we are here. We'll say that again. We are here. Invite an adult to speak into your life. You'll be glad that you did it. You guys are awesome. Miss your faces.